Oh boy. I I don't. When's the last time I felt like this? Uh, I feel like the last game I finished was Dangling Grandpa V3. Um, uh, and I also similarly I had issues beating the end boss. Um, they broke the fifth wall on that one, but yeah. I guess for people who have been watching me for through all of this, how did you enjoy the game? What I'm taking all kinds of feedback now, good and bad. Did you like the game? Did you like how I streamed it? What did is there anything I can improve aside from my audio, which I will acknowledge now is terrible? Um, this is the post-mortem time. This is a post-mortem. What do you think? What do you think could be improved? I've been eagerly awaiting the end. Yes. I hope in a good way. I a game like that, I could not exactly tell you how well you did. I think you did the best you could. Um, yeah, that's a good assertion. I'll take that as a compliment, Ray. Um, Now I find out there's a DLC and it's not over yet. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's always been a DLC. When my sibling bought this for me, he's like, "Yeah, I bought you the DLC." Um, and I guess yeah, it's just the beach one. Um, and I wait. Oh, there is another DLC, and it actually it released this year in February. That's why I didn't know about it. And it's the DLC um where Sam is a prince and there is other people. Um, so I'm not sure how much of a DLC it is, or is it like a whole new game altogether? Um, okay, good characters and good world and great pixel art and super colorful. Yes, they did a good job on the art. Um, I just like I said before, I really wish they had like instructions or something for that like very obviously popped up and was like, hey, you know this item, it does a thing. You know what this thing is? It makes you easier to makes it easier to schmack people. Or like I didn't know that I had to use firecrackers for that one guy, the big meaty dude with the gun arm. Um, that would have been nice to know. Instead of me going like I don't like games where you have to go and look up a guide. I don't think that's particularly good game design. Because it like it like there's like a in game design there's like this sweet spot of like your player knows what they're doing or like they can figure out what they're doing and when they figure it out they feel clever. But when I had to end up looking up these different methods of how to beat bosses, it felt like after I figured it out, I was like, well, what the hell is this? Like, how am I supposed to know? I don't understand. Um, so I think that could be improved. Let's say, okay, holy shit, it's so much conversation. It felt like it should have been more of a visual novel than a turn-based RPG feel. Like it was kind of grindy and had too many parts where it's just sort of gone on forever. No, not great breathing room. Pacing was weird. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So like, that's another thing. So like I got kind of like in a weird state sometimes where it's like I want to level grind just so I don't have to do it on stream. But like I wasn't sure when dialogue would pop up or like only after I think the second boss I figured out that you like after you go through all the dialogue it'll just be this long part until like you get to the boss. So that's where you like quote unquote level grind, but it was like there was a lot of throwing information at you then battles, and then throwing information at you, and then battles. Um, so I think you're right, that the pacing was weird. Um, Definitely, you're right. It kind of felt like a visual novel. I don't think. How would when I think of visual novel, I think of like Dangling Grandpa and Persona. Um, um, and like um, those are like really heavy, like in some parts of like, yeah, there's like a lot of dialogue kind of thing, and then you go off and like level grind and like get to know other characters. But that this one didn't have that necessarily. It was like let's talk in between us battling kind of thing. That I don't know if that really worked for me. Um, but I also don't play a lot of turn-based RPGs, so um, I'm not quite sure how they do it. I've only played Danganronpa too, um, so. But yeah, I think I agree. The pacing was kind of weird. What else? What else? What other thoughts? Oh, I think I don't know. This is not much of a critique. I only watched Danganronpa anime LMAO. Yeah, so well, okay. I'll story time that in a second. But I think the thing that also bothered me is that some of the art didn't feel very consistent. Um, so like their little pixel sprites, they have like they look like pixels, and then there's like the close-up view of the characters when they're talking, and like that's fairly consistent with each other. Um, but then for like some of like the after you like beat the like bad guys, like it'll have a little card of them going like, "Yeah, I defeated them," and I'm like, that didn't feel consistent with the other art, and I'm like, you know what? I think that's a very small thing. Because it like but I was like it kind of threw me off a little bit there. I think it also would have been nice if there was more like cards because like I think the cards at the end of like battling was like whoever hit the last or did the last blow. Um, so I wanted more friend things. I want more friend things. Um, but yeah, Dangling Grandpa. So I think I also got into Danganronpa through the anime because I know like there was like this weird time where everybody wanted to be an edgy yandere, and so you kept seeing a lot of Danganronpa content. Um, and I was like, no, I genuinely like the anime. I like Monokuma. He's a interesting character. Um, and so is Junko. Um, and then I got into, I think I read the manga. There's a manga, I'm pretty sure. And then I watched a playthrough from this guy called Nico B, and that's like the only thing I've watched of him, unfortunately, but he's great. Such a wholesome guy. Um, but yeah, I watched Dangling Grandpa from that, the playthrough, and then my sibling bought me all the games, and then I proceeded to never play them all, and he's like, why did I pay $40 each for those? And I was like, I don't know, sibling. Uh, um, and then I think Danganronpa V3 came out, so then I watched the animes, and I finally played the game. So like I stopped watching playthroughs of it because I really wanted to play it myself. And man, with V3, that first killing, a plot twist. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Um, okay, reality slips far away, future comes alive if we start to play. Hope is not more behind a closed door when we drift away from where we were before. Hope and hopelessness become one, and it's all meaning is we already begun. Yes. um, but yeah, no, I think Danganronpa is a very good IP. It's really messed up. I think the concept of having like a school that's just like people who are really really skilled, hilarious. It's an all new type of classism, my dudes. It's great. Why why be equals and combine in love and friendship when you can segregate? Um, you know, I also like Danganronpa for the self-insert main character boys. I think they're sweet. I think they're sweet, but like they're not as self-inserting as some other characters in animes, but like they're so boring. And then there's like our really cool detective lady, Kirigiri. Oh wait, is she's the detective, right? Yeah. The animation style is also pretty top notch. Yes, I love Danganronpa's. Ooh, purple haired Goyle. Yes. Um, yeah, I really like Danganronpa's art style. Very good. Um, I love how stylized it is. I mean, like I just really like stylized cartoon characters. So like this is also why I really like animation. It's like I guess I'll take Justice League as an example. So specifically Justice League Young Justice. I really like that because it's like mature, but also not really. But also the characters have like the most ridiculous silhouettes. Um, so like Superman is a triangle on a rectangle. Superwoman has like or not Superwoman, what am I talking about? Wonder Woman has like the thinnest waist you could possibly have. It's hilarious. Um, so like with Danganronpa, it's just like yeah, one of our anime girls in high school is just a really buff lady. Don't question it. Or like we got I can't remember his name, but the guy who looked like a gopher slash like the ultimate gamer or something. It's great. It's great. He's so round.